All right, Jesse on fire. Welcome back. Okay, so look, I've said this before. I'm going to say it for this particular video as well. Sometimes I record videos and I'm like, okay, that was, like I'm kind of forcing a video, whatever. And other times I'm like, whoa, this is something I need to make a video about, okay? Well, this is that, okay? This is definitely that. So 2 topics. I'm going to jam 2 topics that I could have done that are both fire videos into this one video because that's how I love you guys, okay? So here are the 2 things we're going to talk about. Number 1, I watched the Gaethje and Khabib fight again, and there are things for me to discuss now, okay? I can't believe I hadn't done this yet. I just watched it for the second time, and there's a lot to talk about there, okay? Number 2, I'm going to talk about what would have happened if Khabib would have fought Tony, okay? I'll tell you guys, I feel extraordinarily confident about this, okay? So here's the deal. So I just watched this Gaethje fight again, and 2 things to note, okay? 2 things to note. One thing is that I realized Khabib retired 29-0, 59-1 in terms of rounds won. No one ever made him bleed, okay? Unless I'm mistaken about that, unless someone can correct me on that, I don't think that anyone even drew his blood. So now I'm starting to think maybe the dude's like a vampire or something, like where, he has like superpowers that he's holding back because he doesn't want to make it obvious. Like he's like, I'll just be just a little bit better than everybody else, and no one will ever know that they never had any chance against me. I'll pretend to be tired. I'll let Conor win a round, because it's such a big fight. But other than that, like no one will ever take a round off me. I'll never bleed. No one will ever have a chance. No one will ever dominate me. No one will ever hurt me because it was impossible all along. It was impossible. It's kind of a joke, but no one ever made him bleed. But the Gaethje fight, watching it again, okay? Now, my first impression of that fight was Khabib completely dominated Gaethje. Like, completely dominated Gaethje. Gaethje never had a chance. Khabib walked him down, basically won the exchanges on the feet, and then took him down and almost submitted him at the end of the first round, then submitted him at the end of the second round. He was being carried, by a force larger than himself. That at least that's what he believed, and it looked like it translated into the octagon. Unbelievable performance, flawless victory, the end. Khabib basically humiliated Justin Gaethje. That was my impression the first time I watched it. Now the second time I watched it, no. Now, all kind of true. Like all true with one exception, okay? One exception. Khabib's leg was done, okay? Real talk. Like, if he didn't secure the takedown that he got on that, which he did. I mean, listen, like I'm not taking anything away from Khabib. Like, he successfully secured the first takedown that he tried in the second round, went straight into full mount. I mean, clearly, his ground game is, like, I don't know why everybody thought just because Justin was an All-American wrestler that meant his ground game was going to match up with Khabib. Like, Khabib's ground game is 100 and Gaethje's is like 30, Like, Gaethje needs to work on his jiu-jitsu. I mean, it's just as simple as that. But not to take anything away from Gaethje. He's a monster fighter. He's never had to use it before. I mean, no one has ever made him use it before, right? So, anyway, you don't know what you need until you find out. Like Francis Ngannou with wrestling, and now Justin Gaethje with jiu-jitsu. But here's the reality of that fight, okay? That was the... Oh, hi, Gabrielle.
Oh, hi.
That was the moment when Khabib was not going to be able to walk anymore, okay? He got his leg folded up by that, so he caught him with, I don't know how many leg kicks in the first round, I don't know how many in the second round, but that last one that he caught him with, that was the moment, or the last 2 that he caught him with, Khabib couldn't put pressure down on this leg anymore, where he shot in, he got the takedown, all credit to Khabib. But if Justin would have been able to shake that takedown off, shake down maybe one more, I'm telling you right now, Khabib's leg was going to be folded up like that. His leg was compromised at that point, for sure. So people don't give credit to leg kicks the way that they do to headshots, like as if, when someone gets rocked, when they get hit with a shot to the head, people are like, oh, wow, that guy almost won, and then the guy turned it around. With leg kicks, they don't. Well, the leg kick comparison, or a head comparison to where Khabib's leg was right there, would have been a very wobbled fighter that was hurt and then flipped it around, got the takedown, and then won. So all I'm really doing is giving credit to Justin Gaethje, that he when he in his interview said that he almost had him with the leg kicks. He's right. He's 100% right. So more credit to Khabib. As soon as he realized, okay, it's time to take the fight to the guy, he did it. But also credit to Gaethje, he did not just get dominated like I thought. He didn't. He's a stud. Anyway, and then the last thing I was going to say is just like, if people are going to be like, oh, well, he never fought Tony. Let me tell you exactly how that would go, okay? So every single time Khabib fights someone, everybody does the thing that I was guilty of, the thing that I did with Justin Gaethje. Well, I'm like, oh, well, this is the first time that, that Khabib is facing someone who has amazing takedown defense. And then on the feet, Justin Gaethje's going to have the advantage. So it's 50-50. If Gaethje's able to stop the takedown, then he'll be able to beat Khabib, And I mean, clearly that was not the case. And clearly every other time, if Conor can stop the takedown, then and no one can stop the takedown. Okay, so then here's exactly what was going to happen. Okay, so if the Tony fight would have happened, here's exactly what the dialogue would have been. They would have been like, well, yeah, Tony's got longer reach, but then listen, like, he might not be able to stop the takedown, but on the ground, he's like a wizard in jiu-jitsu. Like Tony Ferguson's a wizard in jiu-jitsu. So he could submit Khabib from the bottom. He could do he could do okay? That would have been the narrative of people who were saying that Tony Ferguson could win. Okay, Tony Ferguson was not going to win. Tony Ferguson was not going to win. Because let me tell you what you're not allowed to do when practicing jiu-jitsu as a 20th degree black belt. You're not allowed to punch the other guy in the face, okay? Like, so when you're doing jiu-jitsu class, right? Doing jiu-jitsu class and you're learning all these submissions and you're doing it, okay, the other guy's not punching you in the face while you're trying to secure those, right? So, like, what would have happened is, first of all, clearly Khabib is a wizard on the ground also, in case you guys missed that fight, right? Like, in case you guys missed that, he transitioned like he's up against, it's not like Justin Gaethje doesn't train jiu-jitsu. He's not he's not Tony Ferguson, but like, it took Khabib literally like 11 seconds to slap a submission on Justin Gaethje, who's probably like a blue belt, right? Or something, whatever. Like, he would annihilate 99% of jiu-jitsu practitioners, and it took Khabib 15 seconds to slap an arm bar in the first, and then a triangle, from the top in the second. I mean, clearly he's solid, submission grappler, right? But let's just say that Tony has the advantage there, right? Well, he might have the advantage if they were just straight jiu-jitsu fighting, which I actually don't even think he would. But even if he did, that's not factoring in that Khabib gets to smash your face in while you're trying to, secure your, submissions. So I can't see any argument whatsoever that Tony would have beat Khabib, like, at all. At least now. Like, I don't know if they fought 5 years ago, whatever, but now, none. There's no chance. I'm telling you, like, I would bet my life on it, because really now, like, looking at Khabib's career as a retrospective, the only chance anyone had was to catch him with something he didn't see, which never happened, or hit him with a shot that was so tremendous that, like, he got knocked out. Like, there's no one who was going to consistently dominate him anywhere, right? And does Tony Ferguson have one-shot knockout power? No. So how's he going to beat him? He's going to beat him with his jiu-jitsu while Khabib's punching him in the face? No. So, like, where's he going to win? How is he going to win that fight? He's not, is the answer. He's not going to win. Khabib would have crushed Tony Ferguson. So, anyway, that's what I've got. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Peace.